Good evening, good evening, good evening. And thank you for joining us. We're going to begin this session. I want to thank each and every one of you all for joining us this evening because you could have been anyplace else, but you decided to be with us. I am Teresa Chandler. I'm with the Cook County Assessor's Office. And what I want to ask you to do is scan the QR code. All right? Scan the QR code to receive valuable information about our social media platform and to download our helpful guides. Now, I know it appears as though I'm here alone, but behind the scenes is my deputy director, Lupe. So if you have any questions, like any questions or concerns, please drop them in the chat. I ask that you share this presentation and call individuals that can benefit from this information tonight. Again, I'm Teresa Chandler. I'm the Community Outreach Strategist for the Cook County Assessor's Office. Thank you again for joining us. So, what we're going to do here tonight is talk about understanding your reassessment. Now, this information is for people in Palatine Township, the numbers, but it's valuable information that you can share with others because they can understand how to file an appeal and valuable information about your exemptions and things of that nature. Now, some of it might not pertain to others in different townships, but share this presentation. Call someone on the phone and say, hey, log into the Palatine presentation for the Cook County Assessor's Office and spend your evening here with me, Teresa Chandler. I would appreciate it. Again, I thank you. Now, the layout for tonight, this evening, is first of all, it's going to be three. This is going to be a three section. Okay. We're going to divide it up in three sections. The first section is the introduction. And what is the introduction? Is what the assessor's office, what is our duties in the Cook County Assessor's Office? And how do we determine your values? The overview of documents, that is your first installment versus your second installment. Your reassessment notice, what makes up your property tax bills. And the third portion section of this, your layout, is going to be the reasons to file an appeal, how to file an appeal, and reading our data. Okay. Now let's get started with the introduction. As I stated, we're going to divide this in three sections. And this, we figured that this is the best way to do this. And for new homeowners, this is really important for you all. And even if you haven't owned your home or for a long period of time, this is very valuable. So let's meet the Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kagi. For those who never seen a screenshot of Fritz Kagi or met him out in the public sector or in our office, this is Cook County Assessor Fritz Kagi. He's the Cook County Assessor over all the townships throughout Cook County. Now, what is the responsibilities of the Cook County Assessor's Office? What we do in our office, we set fair and accurate values for over 1.9 million parcels throughout Cook County. That's all over Cook County. Now, these properties are not determined on an individual basis, but on a mass appraisal system. The Cook County Assessor's Office, we also administer property tax savings exemptions that may contribute to lower your property tax bill. Now, what the Cook County Assessor's Office, what we don't do, we don't set your tax rates. We don't set your tax levies. We don't mail out your property tax bills. And we don't decide how much your property tax bill will be. That's the things that we don't do. In Cook County, we follow what we call a triennial reassessment. That's because the Cook County is divided into three regions, right? Three sections. We have the northern suburbs, which is that dark section there in this diagram. That's the northern suburbs. And so they're being reassessed this year in 2025. Also, we have the south and the western suburbs. And that's like places in Matson, Orland. Those are the south and the western suburbs. That's the gold section in this diagram. And then we have Chicago, which is going to be reassessed in 2027. That's where I live. I live in the city of Chicago. And so we have Lake and Hyde Park and West and South Chicago Township. There's about 8 townships in the city of Chicago. But we're here talking about Palatine, right? So what happens during a property reassessment? You can file an appeal if you disagree of your value within 30 business days. You can file an appeal and it's free, right? Once you receive your reassessment notice. Again, this information is for Palatine, but it can be shared, right, with anyone that lives throughout Cook County because they need to know about the triennial reassessment. Now we're going to talk about the overview of documents. This is our second section of it. The tax bill versus your reassessment notice. As you can see here, we have displayed both tax bills. All right. So the Cook County Treasurer, Maria Pappas' office, she sends these tax bills. She's the one who sends these tax bills out to you, not the Cook County Assessor's Office. We get thousands of questions by email, phone call, even when we're out during conducting outreaches that we did mail the property tax bill, but we're not responsible. The Cook County Treasurer's Office sends these tax bills. These tax bills provide valuable information, which we're going to talk about in the upcoming slides. And you receive 2 tax bills every year. In addition to that, we're going to talk about the reassessment notice. The Cook County Assessor's Office, this is our portion now. We mail you out this assessment valuation notice. You receive this notice every 3 years. Remember, we follow a triennial reassessment. So you receive this every 3 years. You receive your property tax bill, 2 of them, every year. Okay? Now, let's look at your property tax bill here. It's, to me, the reason why we didn't show your first bill, I believe, and I made this PowerPoint presentation because it's very helpful to understand. I think like all the variables are on your second installment property taxes. Everything is there. It's like if you're going to make a bowl of soup and you need all these vegetables and potatoes and things like that in your broth, it's right here on that second installment bill. Pay attention to the second installment bill. So let's look at it. Let's just dive into it. You have your state equalizer, which is set by the state legislator, right? Your Illinois Department of Revenue. That's your state equalizer. Also, you have your local tax rate, which is set by your local municipality. So if you live in different municipalities, yours is going to be different. I live in Lake Township. You live in Palatine. We would definitely have 2 different local tax rates. These 2 variables, they can change, and they do change every year. Now, what's very key here is the exemptions. This is the exemptions that the Cook County Assessor's Office, this is what we offer. If you qualify for your exemptions and you see $0 there, notify our office. It's very important that you receive your exemptions because your exemptions are savings, okay? Savings to help you lower your property tax bill. All of this information is on your second installment property tax bill in the lower left-hand corner. Now, where do your money goes? The Cook County Treasurer, Maria Pappas, she's done a fabulous job in informing you where your money goes and the breakdown and notating the changing of your taxing district. This information is only on your second installment. As you can see here, the above breakdown displays how much you pay in property taxes to each taxing district. Some of you all may have 2 school districts and a college. In my area, I think we have just 1 school district. But she shows the taxing breakdown from last year to this year, okay? It's very key that you pay in, very key. I'm going to say that again. Very key that you look at to see where your money is going, how much is needed in your taxing district. Each taxing district is totally different. So this is, I really love the fact that she put this together and where's my tax dollars are going, okay? Now, this is your reassessment notice. what to look for in your reassessment notice. And I know some of you are probably seasoned homeowners and says, oh, I know about this. But how about for the new homeowners? And we do have lots of new homeowners and lots of new sales that's going on. This reassessment notice is not a tax bill. So I want you to understand that first. This just informs you of the changes in your property assessment. But there are some key things that you need to pay attention to, which is your property index number, your estimated fair market value that we believe your house is worth, your neighborhood code, and your property characteristics, your assessed value, and the deadline. That's really key, the deadline to file an appeal, because you're going to receive 30 business days. 30 business days. So don't file your appeal at the last minute because you're only going to get 30 days. So do it right away. Okay. Now, on the back of your reassessment notice, on the back, what to look for. Make sure you have your exemptions. These exemptions are savings that contribute to help to lower your property tax bills. Also, our information is at the very bottom. If you need to contact us, if you're missing some information, if you want us to mail you out an application, but all of this is found online. You can file for every exemption and all your appeals. It's free. It's online. When I first started in 1999, I was only about 19, I guess. Just kidding. But we filed by paper. Everything was paper. And we got dust mites and just everything was going on. You have to find people's applications. You don't have to do that anymore. You file online, you receive a number, and it's free. It was free then too, but it was just complicated to look for people's applications. And so we've definitely modernized everything in the Cook County Assessor's Office to make it more easier and more transparent with what we're doing with your information and data. So, as I said about data, let's look at some data. How about that? And again, thank you all for joining. I know this is a lot of information, and I'm going to slow down a little bit because it may be some really new homeowners on here, and I want them to understand the information in which I'm presenting. As I stated, I am Teresa Chandler. I am the Community Outreach Strategist. With me is my director, Lupe. She's in the background, and maybe a few others. So drop your questions in the chat, and she's going to answer them as I go along. Now, let's review the Palatine Valuation Report. Now, this report is specifically for Palatine. All right. I know I said that others could join, which they could, but this is specifically, for Palatine. Now, what does this chart demonstrate? It demonstrates a sale trend from 2021 to 2024. Now, it is our estimated median market values of all the homes throughout Palatine. And so it has the market value set at the very bottom of this diagram, as you can see, for the single family and how much we believe that the median is. For the single family, as you can see here, it says 431. I'm moving my mouse like you can see it, but I'm not controlling the PowerPoint. And so for the condos, it says 203K. The multifamily, it says 760K. Now, all of this information is found on our website. For every township that we assess or you're in reassessment period, that this valuation report will be found for you to obtain. So this is there for you. As you can see, the website is below and you can pull this data up. Our office is very transparent. And so therefore, we want you to be able to obtain the information and have it readily available in the comfort of your own home and in your own hands so that you can look at this information when you're doing your appeal. In addition to that, we have what we call our residential valuation report, but you can also find information in regards to your neighborhood code, your specific neighborhood code. And this is online. You can tap into your neighborhood code, and where you're going to find your neighborhood code, it's going to be on your valuation report. So let's say you live in neighborhood 43. You're going to click on neighborhood 43 where it says search and filter by neighborhood. You would put the drop down button and say neighborhood 43. Click on your neighborhood and compare the recent sales to the assessor's estimated property values. Now, I'm not sure what neighborhood code we used for this diagram here, but based on this diagram, the number of sales we have 856, right? And the minimal sale price was the 168, I believe. And so the top sale price is so tiny for me, but it was 1925, I believe, K. So 1.925K. And so that was the top sale. We also going to provide for you the number of sales, the number of homes in Palatine, the median building size, the median lot size. All of this is on our website at your fingertips based on your neighborhood code. So it's important that you look at your neighborhood code by this valuation report, okay? It's there. It's transparent. And I have some more data to show you. I'm so excited to show you this information. Matter of fact, my director is just already, she's flipped ahead, but this is our home valuation report, right? Why is this key? Because how did the assessor estimated my home value? What did you guys use? We get this question all the time. Well, this home valuation report explained how the Cook County assessor used a statistical model to estimate the value of your home. And what we use characteristics and sales to learn about the real estate market. We use the top 5 significant sales based on the characteristics because we wouldn't compare we do compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. This is a part of our home valuation report. I urge each and every one of you all to use it. Look to see what are the 5 homes close to you. Now, if we wasn't transparent, will we provide this? No. You can even search the characteristics because we use the characteristics because our model takes those into consideration when we're looking for the most significant sales, the most closest sales to the home nearest you based on the sale price. So this is another tool that you can use when you're looking for comparable properties or the sales that we've used to compare for your home. Okay. I know that's a lot, right, to absorb, but it's out there and it's free. It's called the Home Valuation Report. Here's the email address at the very bottom. I suggest that you take a look at it when you have time. Your deadline is, I believe, October the 22nd. So you have time to go through this and look at the sales that's happening in your area. Okay. Now, let's talk about how to file an appeal. Let's get started with how to file an appeal. All right. Now, I want to say that filing online, it's free. Free. And I always say filing online is free. Free is for me, right? So you can go to our Cook County Assessor's website. And the first thing you're going to do is you can start an online system with your filing. You can start a draft. You can revise it. You can submit your data, supporting documents like pictures, appraisal, your narratives, and more. But reminder, and I just want to remind you to check out your appeal deadline. That's key. We get a lot of people want to file their appeal by the deadline, and they're trying to file by October 21st, 11:59 or something like that, or October 22nd, 11:59. No, you can't do that. The deadline is October 22nd. Okay. All right. Make sure you file by October 22nd. That's your deadline date. Now, the appeal process. What is the appeal process? When your township is open, you have 30 business days to file. 30 business days. That's a lot of time for you to get everything together, right? Now, if you just disagree with your estimated fair market value, you can file an appeal, right? But you must supply a reason. Our analysts will review your evidence to determine whether or not you will receive a no change or decrease. All right? We have analysts, lots of them, very knowledgeable about assessment. I'm a prior analyst myself, commercial and residential. And so our office and our analyst makes that decision about your appeal. So when you appeal by the deadline. That's all I have to say. That's really key for me. Just appeal by the deadline. All right. So what are the reasons to file for an appeal? The first one is lack of uniformity. That's when your assessment says when you think that your assessment is different from the similar homes around you, right? My house is the same as my neighbor's house, but my value is way over $10,000 over assessed in my neighbor's home. Overvaluation means that your assessment is what you're thinking that, hey, I'm way overvalued. Why do you have my house valued at $300,000? I just purchased my house for $170,000. That's overvaluation. Or you have a market analysis that says how much your house is worth, way over the price that we have it. That's overvaluation. Incorrect property description error. Our square footage is wrong. We have you over 500 square foot more than what your house states. Your house is 2,000. We have you at 2,500 in square feet. So that's incorrect property description error. But there's loads of other reasons why you can file an appeal. These are the most common 3 why you can file an appeal. Now, how to file an appeal online. It's free. Remember, it's free. So let's get started. Now, before you start, you're going to need a couple of things. You will need an email address, your property index number, or your primary address. Now, you can provide documentation, but you don't have to. You can provide pictures, comparable properties, your market analysis, an appraisal. You can provide all of this in your appeal. But remember, you want to file your appeal before the deadline. Filing online, again, is free. And this is where you're going to start filing your appeal online, okay? It says right here, and this is actually our website. This is actually how our website looks. So you see where it says appeal, you would go there and you would click file online. Once you click file online to begin your appeal application, you will click your filing type. Is it residential? Is it condo? Is it a co-op? Is it commercial? You know your property. Do you live in a residential home? If so, click residential. Now, again, I have to state, filing online, it's free. Here, this is for new people who've never filed, who's never created an account with us. You're going to see this on our website, okay? You're going to have to put in your property index number or your address so that you can start your appeal filing. Make sure that if you're going to use your PIN number, do not put the dashes in your property index number, okay? And once you put in your street number or your PIN number, just hit the button search. This is quite simple, and that's why you don't need an attorney. You don't need anyone to do this for you. It's really simple, right? And then you just hit next. Now, also, you must, and you have to check these 2 boxes because you have to agree to our terms and adhere to our rules and regulations in regards to filing your appeal. So here you would have to click both boxes, check them off, and you would click next. Okay, now, valuation. This is your primary PIN number. You would enter your primary PIN number here. That's the PIN number that's assigned on your reassessment notice. That's the same number that's assigned on your property tax bill. You would enter that number here and you hit next. I told you guys it's very simple. It's very easy. This is just a simple walkthrough for people who have never filed. If you have an additional property index number, you would enter it here. This is for additional PIN numbers. This is not for comparable properties. I'm going to get to that section in a little bit. But if you have an additional PIN, you're going to be entering it here on the next slide. Now, in addition to that, you're going to say, are you the filer? Yes, I'm the taxpayer. I'm the owner. I'm filing my own appeal. I don't need an attorney. I don't need a tax rep. Teresa Chandler is going to file her own appeal application. So I'm going to click taxpayer, tax owner. Click. Simple, right? Yes. Now, your name is going to appear here in the section where it says name of taxpayer owner, if your name does not appear here, if the prior owner appears in this box, you can check this little box there underneath that says name of taxpayer and owner. Check that box there, and then you can type in your name, your phone number, and your email address. Okay? All right. So, can we just go back a little bit? I'm sorry. So, I want to say that please check the box that says to receive reminders about your properties and updates from the assessor's office. Check that box. You want to receive information and reminders about Palatine or whatever town that you live in. Okay. Thank you for that, Lupe. So here is your property characteristics. Please make sure that all of your property characteristics are correct. And this is where you can change them. All right. But you can change your property characteristics at any time if that's just something that you want to do. You don't need to wait for a deadline or you have a deadline. You can file your change your property characteristics at any time. You can file this appeal at any time. Okay. But if you're filing your appeal and there's something wrong, make sure you do it while you're doing your appeal. Your appeal application, this is for you. All right. Your information will automatically populate. The only thing that you're going to have to do here is provide us a desired market value. What do you think your house is currently worth? You have to tell us, what do you think your house is worth? If you don't know, it's okay. Just put a 0 there. Now, this section is you need to have the reason. Why are you filing an appeal? You have 8 selections. 8. That's a lot. Do you think it's lack of uniformity? Is it overvalue? Is it vacancy? Is it fire damage? Is it property description error? You tell us. If you use lack of uniformity, you're going to need to provide us an explanation, and you can also provide some comps. Okay. If you want to say lack of uniformity, we have an inside grid that help you find comps. All right. In addition to this, how's your subject being used? Is it a single family? Is it 6 apartment or less? Is it mixed use? Tell us how your subject property is being used. All right. And then you just click next. As I stated, this is very simple. I know this is like tedious for some people, but for new homeowners and individuals who has never filed an appeal, this is helpful for them because they want to file and they don't want to pay anyone to file for them. All right. And I also want to say, if you can't file for the appeal of your own and you're having difficulty, if you don't have a computer, you can also come to our downtown office or one of our branch office and we can assist you. All right. So as I stated, if you want to look for comparable properties, if you made the selection lack of uniformity, you can start that process here. Got it? Okay. I'm sweating a little bit. It's hot. I don't need to take this jacket off. So you're going to make your selection here, and this is where you can find your comparable properties. Now, remember, you want to compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges. You don't want to compare a frame house to a brick home in a 3,000 square feet to a 2,000 square foot home. Make the selections house to house, neighborhood. If it's a 278, look for 278. If it has a finished basement, look for that because characteristics also matter when you're looking for your comparable properties. Okay. Now, as I stated earlier, if you want to attach pictures, appraisals, market analysis, you can do all of that here. If you have an appeal, don't write a whole book. Just write a narrative. Sometimes we get pages and pages of things. Make it as short as possible. Act like you're doing when I was in school, my professor would say, like you are racking a case or something, get to the facts. Bring us the facts. Show us what you want us to know in a simple fashion as possible. Okay. So you can attach your appeal, your narratives here. You can attach your appraisal here. We have the room. Please submit it. All right. Now, also, as I said, I'm going to say it again for latecomers that just got on, it's free. Now, once you've got ready, everything is in the system, all your documentations is there. Now, you're almost finished. Now, do you really want to submit? Do you have other documentations? Okay. And once you submit your filing, you'll receive this. Are you sure? You'll receive a confirmation. All right. With a filing number. Remember, you definitely want to keep this. You want to print it out and make sure that you keep it for your records. Okay. Now, checking your property history is very important. All right. Make sure your exemption history, your appeal history, you can do all of this on our website. As I stated, our office is very transparent. All of this information about your assessment, your valuation report, the home valuation report, your exemptions can be found on our website. It's there. There's no need for you to come to one of our branch office or you come downtown to find this information. It's on the website. If there's something not there, then give us a call. Don't run downtown, okay? Most likely, all of your information is found on our website. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about exemptions. Just a little bit. I'm just going to say that we have 9 of them. Make sure on your reassessment notice that your exemptions are on the back and on your tax bill. As you can see, we have the homeowners, the senior freeze, the veterans, returning vet, the World War II vet. Yes, there are some. We had them in our office just recently. The persons with disability, the long-time occupant, the home improvement exemption. You may qualify up to 4 exemptions. You could. I've known people to have the homeowners, the senior freeze, and the persons with disability exemptions, and they're saving lots and lots of money. Make sure that you file for the exemptions in which you qualify. Now, I want to say this. You can only file for the exemptions in which it's your primary residence. That's key. Because some of us have multiple homes, right? You cannot have exemptions on another house. So you have a home in Florida. You can only have the exemptions in your primary residence. So I know that's not any of you all, but I'm just making that statement. And also, in addition to that, you can file for your prior exemption. So if you're missing prior exemptions back to 2020 that you failed to apply for, we can provide you with refund money. And you can do all of this online. And it's free. Okay? So check your tax bills to see if you're missing any exemptions. And sometimes when people tax bills go up, they haven't applied for their exemptions. Now, I want to say the homeowners and the senior and the persons with disability exemption, those 3 exemptions, they automatically renew. Right? But you have to apply for the other exemptions because your income may change and your veteran status may change and things of that nature, but you have to apply. One of the exemptions you don't have to apply for is the home improvement exemption. We know if you qualify for the home improvement exemption, okay? Based on the percentage of increase, all right? So next slide, please. Now, we would love for you to attend. I want you to really share this. We're empowering our Latino homeowners. We're having a summit, right? We're having conversations with still real estate investors and racial equity. We want you to be there. It's going to be held at the Richard A. Daley College, September 27th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's here in the city of Chicago. I know you guys are from Palatine, but you may know someone. And this is valuable information. And they may live in the city of Chicago like myself. They may want to come to this Empowering Latino Homeowners Summit. It's a racial equity in real estate conversation that we're going to be having. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of food and great conversation and good people. So I want to thank each and every one of you all for joining us here tonight. You can always contact us. You can connect with us on social media. You can even make an appointment in person. If you feel that you can't make the appeal for yourself, call us. Come down to one of our offices. Sign up to receive emails and updates. You can find that on our website as well, too. And scan the QR code. It will provide you with so much wealth of information, just a medium platform to download our helpful guides to help you and your families and your loved ones who are homeowners in Cook County. And remember, to file an appeal, it's free. To file your exemptions, it's free. It's free. All of this information is found on our website. I hope that you use it. I hope that you share it with all your friends and family. And again, I thank you all for being here. The Cook County Assessor, Fritz Kagi, thank you all for being here. And you could have been any place else. Thank you so much. Have a good night. You're welcome. Thank you, Hector.